Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioStation.
What's good, YouTube? It's CuddleofDeath here. Hey, happy day! Woo! And I'm super excited to be kicking off LumioStation's top 10 favorite Pokemon series. For this particular episode, we're going to be going over my favorite Pokemon type, which is the Dark type. And also, please be very respectful and keep in mind that my list is my list, therefore it's my opinion, and you are more than welcome to share your top 10 favorite Dark types in the comment section below. I will definitely be checking the comments out to see who you guys like the most and like the least. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick off our list. Coming in the 10th slot is the freaking pants lizard Pokemon SCRAFTY. Look at his design. He's menacing. His pants are about to fall off. He needs a belt. And the best thing about it is he can learn Dragon Dance and sweep teams. Yes, that's right. This dude, who can barely keep his pants on, can do a dance of the dragons. And he still manages to look cool and sweep teams. I do definitely enjoy his shiny sprite, which is like a yellow and greenish color. It's very, very colorful. And I really enjoyed using SCRAFTY in Pokemon Black and White 2. I haven't tried him yet in Pokemon X and Y, but I have seen Callum or Hoodlum SCRAFTY, you guys might know him, actually sweep people's team with his mascot, SCRAFTY. Now, although SCRAFTY takes quite a bit of a hit from fairy types now since Pokemon X and Y, and unfortunately doesn't take that hit very well, or any of those hits from them very well, I still love him enough for him to be number 10 on my list. Coming in at number 9 is a 6th generation Pokemon, GRENINJA. GRENINJA was freaking awesome, especially whenever I found out Froakie evolved into a water dark type. I lost my shit. First of all, it's a frog. Secondly, it's a ninja. Third, it's a dark type. And fourth, it has a tongue scarf. Not only does it come with all of those amazing qualities, but on top of that, GRENINJA is a speed demon. And just to add the cherry on top, and oh my goodness, I'm sorry if you're allergic to cherries. If you don't like cherries, picture something else on top. It can have the hidden ability Protean, which makes it so that any move that it uses, it changes its type to that particular type of that move. So if it uses Ice Beam, it changes to an ice type, granting it the same type attack bonus of each and every one of its moves, making it so incredibly awesome. And on top of that, like I said, it's a freaking speed demon. It can just go in and deal some damage, crazy damage, and get out. It can screw up a team, and it can actually be used in many different ways. So I love it. The tongue scarf, the design, it's a frog. It definitely makes it on my list on the number 9 spot. Taking the number 8 slot, however, we do have a pseudo-legendary awesome Godzilla Pokemon TYRANITAR. TYRANITAR was introduced in Generation 2 alongside the new 2 types. Mewtwo, that sounds like Mewtwo, that's terrible, but the 2 new types, that's what I was looking for, Dark and Steel. It was definitely harder to get Dark types because you would normally get them way later in the game, and the fact that it took forever to get a TYRANITAR made it even more difficult to obtain, and you definitely didn't see a lot of TYRANITARs in 2nd gen. But if you did run into one, you would usually get screwed up. That is definitely even still true today. TYRANITAR is a huge threat. It's used on a lot of competitive teams. It can kick up a sandstorm. It can deal a lot of damage. It can mess a team up, and it needs to be eliminated quickly, which is exactly why I love it so much. I love how strong it is. I love its very simplistic design, except for its cute little belly. But don't poke it because you'll piss it off and it will probably destroy you, which would not be good. It looks like it can level cities and just topple mountains and do anything that it puts its mind to, except for give a good hug because it has little dinosaur arms and they're so tiny. But it's okay because you probably shouldn't be hugging it anyways. But it does still make it onto my list because of how badass it is and how strong it is. It's crazy, crazy strong. I love it. Taking on the 7th slot of my countdown is Umbreon. Umbreon looks very calm, cool, and collected. Yet at the same time, it's sort of an underlying threat depending on how you play it. A lot of people use it to stall out other people's Pokemon, making Umbreon super annoying. It usually runs stuff like Toxic, Protect, and Wish, which is why a lot of people hate it so much, and sometimes you'll even see it with Substitute and other annoying movesets as well, which is another reason why I actually like it. I like the fact that it can actually stall people out, it can take hits, and I guess you could run Foul Play on it if you wanted to, but as far as the design goes, like Tyranitar, it has a very simplistic design. Umbreon is all black and has yellow rings on it. The shiny version has blue rings, which are like a very pretty midnight blue. And it used to be my favorite evolution until Sylveon came out. But it still means enough to make it on my Dark-type list, just because of how annoying it can be, how cute it is, and at the same time how mysterious Umbreon looks. Picking up the pace at the number 6 slot, we do have the Speed Demon Weavile. I was super happy to see that Sneasel got an evolution in Generation 4. Although Weavile is very quick and frail, it does pack a punch, and it looks very malicious. It has this little smirk on its face that just screams, "I'm gonna fuck your team up if you don't do something with me first, and I more than likely outspeed you." So you're guaranteed to pretty much take down someone on that team. So it's like, it's been seen in the Lucario movie, and I haven't actually seen it in the anime because I didn't watch the anime that much. But I always liked how malicious it acted. I liked how sneaky it acted. It was just so it's a behind the scenesy Pokemon. And it's what makes it so cool. It just makes it a very good dark type, because overall whenever you think of dark types, or at least for me, I think of sneaky malicious Pokemon that are maybe used to commit crimes or just bad things. For example, Scrafty the gangster looks like he's used to commit crimes, and he puts money in his pants and everything. That sounds terrible. Probably should have went over that while we were talking about Scrafty, but it just popped into my mind. Going back to Weavile though, like I said, he does pack quite a punch. And the fact that he's an ice type as well, I love that. It's nice to have a dark ice type Pokemon that's actually decent regardless of it being frail. And that spot actually goes to Weavile for that exact reason. Now that we are halfway through the countdown, we have come to slot number 5, which goes to the very Guardian-y-esque looking Pokemon Absol, who recently got a Mega Evolution in Pokemon X and Y. Now, Absol is easily my favorite 3rd generation Pokemon. As far as its design goes, it's got a nice simplistic looking white, grayish, silverish colored coat, depending on what you would like to call it. It has a nice little horn on its head, really sharp looking claws, and it looks like a guardian Pokemon. Like if you were to mess with its trainer, it would destroy you. Or if you were to mess with like Pokemon in the nearby area, it looks like it just watches over them and makes sure that they're alright, but any second you come in there and try to cause havoc, it will just destroy you and wreck you completely. Now, me saying it's a guardian Pokemon, it looks even more like a guardian in its Mega Evolution, or as its Mega Evolution, its Mega form, Megashinka. It has little wings on it, and I was like, wow. As soon as I saw it, it instantly became visually my favorite Mega Evolution just based off of that. And it can actually shell out a lot of damage. You can have super luck on it. It can get crits a lot, and it's not super slow or anything. But overall, the main thing that gets Absol on the list is its design. Coming in on the number 4 slot is Honchkrow. Honchkrow is another Pokemon that I was excited to see in 4th gen because Murkrow evolves into it. Now, I loved a lot of the dark types in Generation 2, just the same way with Sneasel. As soon as I saw Honchkrow, I sort of freaked out a bit because I was like, that's a pimp looking crow. It's awesome. It can also have super luck. And I love getting crits with super luck, you know, going back to Absol. It's just a cool looking Pokemon. It's very chubby, but at the same time, it can still deal a lot of damage. You can use Roost on it. It has a bunch of possibilities. And mainly, the thing that gets me is Honchkrow's hat. Murkrow already sort of had a little hat going on, but it's definitely not as epic as Honchkrow's hat. And they definitely did dark Pokemon right with a lot of their designs compared to a lot of the other types in my opinions. opinion, excuse me, especially HONCHKROW in his pimp hat, which is why he takes the number 4 slot. Now this might actually be quite a shocker to you guys to see number 3. Number 3 is a Pokemon that I could have chosen its final evolved form for, but I decided to go with the very first form. This particular Pokemon is SANDILE. I actually didn't have this on my list until 6th generation games. Now, seeing SANDILE in the anime, SANDILE has like a little squad going on similar to the Squirtle squad, if anyone remembers from the original anime. And I love the one with the sunglasses, the little SANDILE with the sunglasses. I love how he sounds in the anime. He's very cute. And he's just a really good character. All the SANDILE are, but he's like my favorite. But the thing that sold me was whenever I took a SANDILE into Pokemon Ami. It has the cutest little smile I have ever seen. And I couldn't believe I was saying it about a SANDILE. It's not that I didn't think it was cute before, but I did not expect it to be so cute in Pokemon Ami. As soon as I started messing with it, I was like, oh my god. Sadly, it was one that I had to evolve because it had good IVs and whatnot. And if you don't know what those are, don't worry about them. But I had to have another one just so I can bring it back in Pokemon Ami, just to look at that cute little smile. Now, as far as its evolutions go, Crocodile is really cool. I love the red on it. It looks like, sort of, in a way, I always like to call it King K. Rool or King K. Rool from Donkey Kong. And I love its little bandit-looking eyes, just throughout the entire evolution line. And of course, Crocodile can get some nice abilities like Anger Point, Moxie, and Intimidate. And it just gets a decent moveset. I like to just mess around with it a lot, but mainly, I love SANDILE. He's cute. He's so cute. I want to give him a hug. He would probably bite me or something, but he would look cute while he was doing it. And yeah, I figured you guys are probably surprised right now. That's okay. I had to add him to my list, and he definitely moved so far up the list just from Pokemon Ami. And if you guys are into cute Pokemon or Pokemon Ami whatsoever, open Pokemon Ami up, put a SANDILE in there, and tell me what you think. Tell me if you think he's cute or not, because I think he's fucking adorable. But getting back to the more serious part of the countdown, we are approaching number 1. But before that, we have number 2. Number 2 goes to another pseudo-legendary, which is HYDREIGON. He has a very creepy yet cool design. He's an awesome glass cannon, and I was super happy to get a dark dragon-type Pokemon, especially one that has like little puppety looking hands, and it's so fast. It's so fast, and it shits on things. It destroys teams, again, because of course pseudo, and it's just, its design, it's cool. I haven't messed with it in Pokemon Ami yet. Maybe it's cute, but it just, ooh. Whenever I think of destruction in dark types, whenever I think of quick destruction in dark types, I think of HYDREIGON. I could jump to TYRANITAR, but usually TYRANITAR is doing something else on the first turn, like setting up rocks or something. Whereas HYDREIGON is destroying kids, destroying Pokemon, destroying your team on the first turn and every other turn after that. So it's definitely a huge threat. Great design for a Pokemon. Creepy, cool, like I said, awesome glass cannon. And that's exactly why it takes the number 2 slot. Now moving on to the number 1 slot. A lot of people that have watched my videos already know who this is going to go to. And a lot of you might disagree. That's okay because it's my opinion. But the number 1 slot goes to the amazing HOUNDOOM. I have loved HOUNDOOM as soon as I saw it in 2nd gen. I am a dog lover, and its design was just like, whew. Hellhound, has bones all over it. It's a dark and fire type. I love how it looks. I love its cry. I love the episode, I think it was the 2nd season of Pokemon. It was the Johto season, where it was called Houndoom Special Delivery. And in that, Togepi uses teleport by accident because it goes for a metronome and it actually teleports to a tree somewhere far, far away from Misty. Of course, there's a guy in that episode that owns a Houndoom, and it's kind of like a little messenger Houndoom and whatnot. And it's just going through, and it hears this Togepi crying in the tree, and eventually it helps it get down from the tree. And it goes through this entire episode trying to bring it back to its owner, which is Misty, and it's just a great, cute little episode. And it's not only because of that episode that I like it. I just see Houndoom as a very loyal type Pokemon, another Guardian-like Pokemon, and it's so badass. And whenever I saw the trailers for Pokemon X and Y, whenever I saw Houndour on the teams, I sort of got excited for it, because I was so happy to see someone using Houndour again, just like how we saw Team Rocket using them in second generation games. But they did not use Houndoom very well, and unfortunately Houndoom is actually quite frail, but it did get an awesome looking Mega Evolution, which I also love very much. I can't say that I love its shiny form a lot because it's like a weird blue, but outside of that, it still is my #1 favorite Dark-type Pokemon, and my favorite Pokemon overall. It's just a very well designed Pokemon. The only thing I wish it had was for it to have better stats. And unfortunately, it doesn't right now. It can still take out some stuff, but it's so frail. And I feel like it could be stronger than just in its Mega form. But it is what it is, and it is my #1 favorite Dark-type Pokemon. So I would like to go ahead and thank you guys for watching my top 10. Let me know your top 10 dark types once again in the comment section below. Please make sure to smash that like button, as it does help support this particular video and the beginning of the top 10 series, which you're more than likely going to see other people of Lumiose Station participate in showing off their top 10s in upcoming weeks. And also, please make sure to check out our Twitter. Every other link is in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we do Pokemon battles, we do Let's Plays, and we have a podcast and user submissions on several different days with tons of different people that I'm sure you guys will love. You can check out the channel for more, and if you like it, subscribe. It's free. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. Bye!